those who start sweating the moment the sun rises, unable to step outside in winter without layering up 10 times, even in the slightest breeze, those whose throats tighten and fall into coughing fits even in dry air, those whose bodies revolt with countless allergies against a single grain of pollen or a tiny insect. If any of these scenes sound like part of your daily life, know that you're not alone. We humans seem to be in a constant battle with this magnificent blue planet. Most of us struggle with the effects of climate, weather, humidity, pollen, dust, and environmental factors. Some of us can't even endure 10 minutes under the sun during the summer, while others get sick at the slightest cold in winter. And then there are those who feel like they're being reborn, struggling intensely during seasonal transitions. This situation is so widespread that almost every family has at least one member dealing with these sensitivities. Allergy clinics are overflowing, and pharmacies are constantly busy supplying antihistamines. I experienced exactly the same thing. Until I was 18, I couldn't even step outside in the summer without applying eye drops and ointments on my eyes. If I didn't, my eyes would practically protest, saying, "This world isn't for me." The itching, redness, tearing, and burning were so severe that sometimes I had to close the curtains and stay in my room for days. And this isn't just my problem, it's something millions of people share. So here's the big and unsettling question. Why have humans throughout history had to struggle with these kind of conditions? Why have we always been so vulnerable to climate changes, seasonal shifts, sudden weather events, and environmental factors? If we're part of the family of life on this planet, why aren't we as strong and resilient as other animals? Dogs don't freeze in the cold, cats roam comfortably in the heat, birds easily adapt to seasonal changes, and elephants or bears can survive extreme temperatures. So why are we so different? Why is our body so fragile and unprotected compared to other living beings? Even more interesting, how is it possible that humans carry the title of the most intelligent species on the planet, yet at the same time be among the most vulnerable in nature? With our minds, we build spacecraft, develop artificial intelligence, and split atoms, but our bodies collapse under simple environmental conditions, and we get sick. This contradiction is truly thought-provoking. Our lifestyle, our rate of development, our physical features, don't they sometimes feel like we don't quite belong here? As if our bodies were designed for a different climate system, lighter gravity, or a more stable environment. This feeling isn't unique to modern humans. Humanity has been voicing the same complaints since ancient times. And now, some recent scientific studies, genetic research, anthropological findings, and bold theories are starting to say this out loud. Maybe we truly don't belong here. At first, this idea sounds like science fiction, but more and more scientists, geneticists, and researchers are taking it seriously. Welcome to Seek Truth.
Here, we don't give ready-made answers. We ask questions that challenge your mind. You're invited to a journey in pursuit of truth, outside the comfort zone. If you dare to dive deep into the question, why are we here? Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This video will make you think for a long time and may completely change your perspective. Before diving into the topic, I want to say thank you. A huge thanks to everyone who likes the videos, writes comments, subscribes, and especially to those who support the channel monthly. Thanks to you, we've reached nearly 20,000 subscribers in a short time. You're amazing for being with me on this journey of curiosity. Humanity has been asking the same deep question for thousands of years. Who are we and what are we doing in this universe? Mainstream science tells us we evolved like all other living beings over millions of years. However, when we look closely at the human body, some design flaws literally stand out and confuse our minds. Take our spine, for example. It wasn't designed intelligently enough to support upright walking. While our pelvis narrowed for bipedal movement, the birth canal wasn't wide enough for our large brain, creating a serious conflict. That's why back and lower back pain has become almost a universal price of being human. According to World Health Organization data, more than 80% of the world's population suffers from chronic back or lower back pain at some point in their lives. In some countries, this rate goes up to 90%.
our sensitivity to weather is another drama. Without clothes or protection, most of us can't survive even one night in extreme heat or freezing cold. Even in our own mild climate, spending a night outside naked carries serious risk. While other animals' fur or skin protects them from both heat and cold, our bodies are extremely inadequate in this regard. We have a sweating mechanism, but we get tired quickly even in extreme heat, and we start shivering in the cold. Many scientists point out that human skin is excessively thin and sensitive compared to other mammals, and our natural protection against ultraviolet rays is insufficient. Our immune system is also one of the weakest in nature. As soon as humans adopted a settled lifestyle and came in close contact with animals, diseases and allergies poured on us like a flood. Thousands of years have passed, yet we still haven't been able to build a strong defense wall. Throughout history, major pandemics like the Black Death and Spanish flu, along with modern problems like asthma and pollen allergies, food allergies, and latex allergies that millions suffer from, are the clearest proof of this. The prevalence of allergic diseases in the modern world has increased dramatically in the last 50 years.
The most striking issue is the reproduction process. No other animal species puts the mother through as much strain as human pregnancy and childbirth. Because of our upright posture and narrow pelvis, the final months of pregnancy turn into real torture. Severe back pain, shortness of breath, leg swelling, and pressure on organs are common problems. Scientists call this the obstetrical dilemma. The evolutionary conflict between a large brain and upright walking causes babies to be born quite early and helpless. The mother's risk during birth is much higher compared to other mammals. Every year, hundreds of thousands of women worldwide are at risk due to birth complications. The difference becomes even clearer after birth. In nature documentaries, a baby giraffe or foal stands up and runs within minutes, while a human baby remains completely helpless for years. They can't walk, can't feed themselves, or protect themselves. Their brain is only about 30% developed compared to an adult brain at birth. It's as if the survival kit was forgotten when they were born. While the young of other primates become independent much faster, our babies need intense parental care for 10 to 15 years. This extreme period of helplessness may seem like the result of an evolutionary trade-off, but it raises many questions. Why do other species mature so quickly, while we are so slow? Is this the price of our intelligence, or is there something else? When we combine our physical weakness, poor night vision, sensitive ears, and constant need for food and care, the human body starts to look like it doesn't quite fit this planet, as if it was designed for another world. Our night vision is very weak compared to many animals. Our sense of smell is limited, and our body constantly seeks external support. Many experts say these features point not to Earth's harsh climate conditions, but to a milder and more stable environment. So how did a fragile and vulnerable species manage to go from dark caves to reaching for the stars? How was it possible to go from fire to rockets, and from simple stone tools to artificial intelligence in such a short time? This rapid development is too dramatic and sudden to be fully explained by natural evolutionary processes. While other species advanced in small steps over millions of years, we made an incredible leap in just 200 to 300,000 years. This speed is still a major topic of debate in the scientific world, and many researchers continue the search for the missing link. In recent years, a rapidly rising idea has emerged. Perhaps our ancestors came here from a planet with gentler gravity, a more stable climate, and fewer dangerous predators. In such a world, a body like ours, intelligent but physically delicate, would actually make perfect sense for survival. We have already discovered planets in the habitable zone, such as the TRAPPIST-1s system, Kepler 186f, Kepler 62f, Proxima Centauri b, and TOI 700d through the James Webb Space Telescope and other observatories. These worlds appear to offer more stable climates and mild conditions. In such planets, without extreme hot-cold cycles or strong gravity, even a delicate body could survive for a long time. Some astrobiologists even discuss that these planets might be more suitable for our physical structure.
But there is one theory that is both bolder and more mind-bending.
An extremely advanced civilization visited Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago and played a critical role in the emergence of humanity. These beings shaped early human ancestors using their own genetic knowledge and created modern humans. This event was later described in ancient civilizations' sacred texts as gods creating man in their own image or breathing life into him. Especially the creation stories in Sumerian tablets, Egyptian pyramids, Maya, and Hindu texts are seen as the strongest elements supporting this idea. According to this theory, humanity may be the product of deliberate genetic intervention rather than pure natural evolution. This theory also explains many great mysteries: why humanity developed so rapidly, why we feel so mismatched with this planet, and why we had such a massive impact on Earth in such a brief period. Because no species shaped by natural evolution could change and affect the planet this dramatically in such a brief period. The fact is, species like ours possesses both incredible intelligence and incredible fragility is too striking to be a coincidence. This mismatch makes us both highly creative and highly destructive. Of course, whether it's classical evolution theory, the idea of migration from another planet, or intervention by advanced beings, all of them are still heavily debated, and some pieces remain missing. But with every new archaeological discovery, genetic finding, fossil analysis, and space telescope data, the same question is asked louder. Why do we still feel like foreigners on this blue planet that is the only home we know? Our physical structure, our senses, our reproduction process, and our rapid development. When all these come together, they always bring the same suspicion to mind. Maybe the answer is much closer or much farther than we think. What do you think? Are we really a natural part of Earth, or is there a much older and much greater secret hidden in our origins? Now, it's your turn. Tell me in the comments, what is the biggest mismatch that surprises you most in the human body? Do we truly belong here, or are we the protagonists of a completely different story? Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We continue this journey with your support. See you in the next video.